Okay, today I'm excited about giving you a tool to figure out what's the optimal loads for jump squat to unlock certain potentials in my athlete. The tool that I came up with, I call the JumpMetric Pro, and essentially plug in a few numbers. It's actually not that complicated. The numbers you're going to plug in is your athlete's body weight and their hands on the hip vertical jump. And where we're at with that, I will show you what hands on the hip vertical jump is. Basically, this is what we're talking about, hands on the hip vertical. See what the height is. And if you don't have this, if you just have the reticular vertical jump, you're going to subtract 10% off that. And from that, with that being said, let me show you the calculator I created. So basically, you're going to go into the Triphasic Training website and hit the Triphasic calculators. You'll scroll down to the, right now it says Jump Squat Calculator. I'll probably rename it JumpMetric Pro. So then what you're going to do is you're going to get the vertical jump of the athlete and basically put in how much it was. So let's say the athlete did a hands on the hip vertical jump of 25 and they weighed 185 pounds. And what you're going to get is a jump squat loading for if you want a more speed focused training. Let's say you're in speed, more plyometrics. Here's your optimal load for that zone. If you're going to train for tendon in the power zone, basically for tendon training, I call it power tendon training, you would hold 95 pounds. So that's 95 pounds total. So you would roughly grab 45 to 50-pound dumbbells for this athlete jumping this high. And then a jump squat load for muscular training, you would basically, muscular power, you basically train with 135. And I'll cover all the possibilities probably in part two that you would have variations. But again, let's say you have a 30-inch hands on hips vertical with an athlete that's 300, let's say 250, maybe he's a linebacker or something. There is the loads that they would hold. So 40-some-pound dumbbells, basically, and you can see the different qualities. And again, I'll cover these qualities in part two. I just wanted to show you how to use the calculator, which is a very effective tool. Now, again, subtract 10% if you just have a regular vertical jump measurement on your athlete. So it's nothing you have to grab that day. If you have those numbers, subtract 10% from a regular vertical jump. If not, just do hands on hips. I've always wondered what the best load to get the best results were, and I think I found it with this tool. I've ran a number of tests. It appeared the loading models are correct. And then you got to figure out what performance you're training for. So again, the jump squat load is for speed training. And when I say speed training, most of my lifting is done between 25 and 50%. And they will use this load during that time that is recommended by that jump squat calculator to get the best results. Now you can contrast, let's say you're doing power training in your weight room, but you want to drop down and do speed, you would use this load. And I'll talk more about that later. And then the jump squat load for power tendon training, which again, real quick, I'll cover more later, but might be your jumping athletes, basketball players. Now the jump squat load for power muscular athletes training would be for more linemen, maybe shot putters at times, but just athletes that are more power and strength driven. As you can see, those results get high. So there you go. You can use the JumpMetric Pro to tailor your training loads for the jump squat, which is an extremely effective tool. I think it's underutilized and now is something you should possibly be using.